The air in the conference room is heavy. Across the table sits a regulatory inspector, waiting. The inspector asks to see the validation protocol for a specific piece of manufacturing equipment. The quality assurance team freezes. Someone frantically flips through pages, suddenly realizing a crucial signature is missing. Failure. Yet, look closely at FDA warning letters, and a different reality emerges. The true cause of most regulatory disasters is entirely mundane. The failure stems from minor, overlooked paperwork, documentation gaps. These gaps take specific shapes. They appear as incomplete SOPs. They hide in poor validation protocols. By the time the audit arrives, the team is scrambling under the intense stress of last-minute preparation to stitch everything together. In the highly regulated environment of Good Manufacturing Practices, or GMP, regulators follow a strict rule. An unrecorded action is an action that never happened. Those tiny, invisible gaps inevitably snowball into major observations. Trace one of these gaps back to its origin on the manufacturing floor. An operator relies on a standard operating procedure, an SOP, to run a critical batch of medication. If the instructions are vague, the operator misinterprets a step. This causes an operational deviation. Pair that deviation with a poorly structured validation protocol, the document meant to scientifically prove that the equipment works perfectly every time. Without a clear protocol, the facility loses its ability to guarantee the process is safe. This geometric model illustrates data integrity. Regulators rely on complete, accurate records to act as a protective barrier around the product. When data connections are missing, the system breaks down. A single fractured record triggers a cascading failure in the CAPA system, preventing error diagnosis. Documentation serves as the structural backbone that holds GMP compliance together. It is the only acceptable proof that a facility is in control. Securing that backbone requires executing 3 immediate, practical adjustments. First, strip the complexity out of your SOPs. Transform them from dense, confusing manuals into clear, practical operational tools, and update them regularly. This flowchart illustrates the second pillar, structuring your validation documents so they possess flawless end-to-end traceability. An auditor must follow a direct, unbroken line from the initial protocol straight to the final approved result. Third, shift your internal audits. Instead of relying on frantic pre-inspection rituals, turn the schedule into a continuous loop. Proactively audit your systems year-round. Relying on reactive panic exhausts the quality assurance team and creates massive blind spots. A proactive model finds missing signatures and vague instructions while they are still harmless. Implementing these 3 pillars neutralizes the threat of a major observation months before an FDA inspector ever walks through the lobby doors. True audit readiness is systematically engineered in the off-season. It is never cobbled together the week before. Return to that conference room. Today, the atmosphere is entirely different. The auditor asks for a complex file. The QA manager nods, retrieves a flawlessly traceable document, and hands it over without a second of hesitation. Pristine documentation protects the safety of the end patient. On a daily basis, it guarantees the QA manager's peace of mind. Reaching this state often requires an outside perspective. Specialized external support resolves the ongoing struggles with GMP paperwork and rewrites those critical SOPs so they actually work for the people on the floor. Expert support in SOP writing, GMP documentation, audit readiness, and targeted QA training will definitively bulletproof a facility's internal quality systems. If you are exhausted by reactive compliance and last-minute preparation stress, shift your strategy, partner with an expert, close the gaps, and build a system that is permanently ready.